Previously on the Barndominium project, we moved on to the second floor installing some flooring, and there you go. It's our last framing project here, at least we think.
I think so. You didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's too bad. That's the fun part.
I know. Framing is fun.
Look at it sturdy.
Just do that. Goodness gracious. Moving on from the flooring to this week's project. First, I thought I would give you a quick introduction in case you're new around here as to who we are. Hi there. We're Matt and Stacy. We recently bought an off-grid property in beautiful West Virginia. We've been busy making this property our own little slice of paradise, adding in a few modern conveniences, having fun learning all of the construction trades, and converting a pole barn into our future home. This channel is about my passion for painting with a torch and wax, and about our passion for adventure and taking risks. Consider subscribing and join this creative community. And don't forget, hit that thumbs up button if you're enjoying the video. All right, I do believe the floor is officially done, and I think we're going to be moving on to the walls now. Today, we are going to be moving on to the shiplap. Now, some of you might be wondering why we are moving on to the shiplap and we're not putting a railing up along the edge here. And it's not because we want to live on the edge unsafely. However, it is very easy, or easier, to hand supplies up without having the railing there, and otherwise we would have to carry them up the stairs or hand them over the railing, if that makes sense. So it's a lot easier just to hand them up without the railing there. We will eventually get a railing up.
Also, your dear cousin Tammy has informed us that safety third is more important.
All right, now that we have that pile of shiplap safely moved up to the second floor loft area, we're going to start installing it. And yes, we are cutting this by hand. It's not real hard wood, and it just seems easier than dragging the saws upstairs or dragging each piece of shiplap back and forth up and down the stairs. So anyways, going to start installing the shiplap, adding some glue behind each piece so that everything is nice and secure, and then nailing it up. All right, folks, we have to call it here for the day. We're actually taking the evening off for a change and going to a little tiny picnic today. So it should be fun for a change for us. And yeah, we're gonna call it here. Got quite a bit of the shiplap down, or at least a good start. So we will see you, I don't know, in a few days when I pick the camera back up. Good morning. Back upstairs here in the pole barn, and I'm gonna flip the camera around, but we're basically now starting on this wall behind me here. with more shiplap, I will show you what we've got going on here.
How you doing? Oh, you're talking about what's going on. I'm trying to be cool.
All right, let's sneak past the cool guy there. And this wall is done with the shiplap. We're gonna do something up top, but you're gonna have to probably wait for that in another video. So this wall is done with the shiplap. So we're moving on to this wall. I'm watching out for the stairs. Don't want to fall down the opening. Moving on to this pretty long wall here. And I don't know if you can see here, but we have water pipes here. And then there's water pipes on the other wall that are fairly close to the surface of the wall, if you will. So we're going to cut some metal first before we do the shiplap to put there so that when we go to hang a picture later on down the road, we're not going through our water lines.
We're using the Dremel with a metal cutting blade on it, and apparently it looks like we're going to be going through quite a few of these blades, but it's a lot easier than trying to tin snip through this metal because it's a fairly thick metal and just seemed easier to cut it through and go through a few more blades than to, try to snip it with some tins. We are also going to be filing the edges down just to make sure there's no sharp edges anywhere. Safety first here. Or maybe I should say safety third. No, I think in this case it's safety first. All right, up next we're just going to drill a few quick pilot holes in this metal and then we can get to installing it.
Gong show, baby.
Show's over.
Bring down the winners.
Say goodbye to the water pipes. Hello, metal.
Is that a song from the 60s?
Something.
Say goodbye to Hollywood. I don't know if it's Hollywood or not.
I don't think that's
Set the night to music.
I think you're making up a song now.
That was our high school prom song. Or homecoming. Set the night to music?
But it didn't go with the
I
other
see how
other song.
impressionable I was to you back then.
It didn't go with the other song you were singing. That's what I'm saying.
You're sure. Not backing out of this one.
All right, before I get into more trouble.
Your buddy's out there.
Here's the other wall. This pipe you can see is pretty close to the edge, so on both sides here. So this, we're doing a couple full sheets of metal. There's my studio pet down there.
He's going hog wild.
Eating lots before winter comes.
All right, enough with these shenanigans. Let's get back to the shiplap. All right, making pretty good progress on this wall.
And we're switching gears slightly to put in some electric plugs so that we don't have to have an extension cord running up from downstairs to up here. So yeah, gonna try our hand at some electric up here. Most of the plugs are in on this wall except for that one. We have to order some plugs. But those, watch where you're stepping. The rest of these are in. And so we're moving back to the shiplap. The only thing is we have to get some extensions because the boxes themselves are set in too far from the shiplap. So, yeah. I think you can see on this one, see how far back that box is set from the shiplap. So we have to extend that out to extend the plugs out some. But other than that, electric is kind of done. I don't know how much came across in that time lapse of us switching out boards several different times, but strangely enough, these 8-foot boards are not all in fact an exact 8 feet, which can be a problem when your studs are spaced evenly apart at 16 inches on center and end at 8 feet. So some of the boards are 8 feet 1/4 inch, some of the boards are 8 feet 1/2 inch, some of the boards are perfectly 8 feet. So I guess the joys of the lumber these day and age. So anyways, we're almost done, about halfway I think about with this wall. So we're gonna try to get a few more rows done, but that's why the back and forth of the boards. So yeah, anyways, back to the shiplap.
Well, we've made it up to the windows on this wall, and we're going to just place these couple boards on the wall and mark on the back of them where we need to rip them down to, and then take them outside and cut them on the table saw to rip them down nice and straight. All right, here we go. Moment of truth. Does this piece fit? And if somebody wouldn't be blocking your camera angle here, you will see it actually does fit.
Alright, switching gears from this wall to over by the stairs wall. Because we're trying to save all of the 8-foot pieces that we have, we're going to have to make a run to the hardware store to get more lumber. But in the meantime, we're switching gears over to the stairs because on those we can actually use the 8-foot and 1/4 inch boards perfectly. So yeah, we're going to attempt to make a template for where the first shiplap board goes slightly over the stairs. I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you what I'm talking about so that then we can transfer that template onto the first board and not ruin an entire board in theory.
board on this wall going up. Very exciting. One wall complete, one more to go. I think, though, this is where we're going to call it for tonight. We'll see you in the morning. Good morning. Picking you back off where we left off on this shiplap with this. There's Matt in the background. Wave again. Oh boy, you keep moving. Anyways, picking you back up where we left off with this wall here and the shiplap. And we didn't work on too much of it over the week. However, it's the weekend and we're hoping to get most of it done. We did get a large pile of shiplap picked up from the hardware store, so hopefully that will be enough. They didn't have a whole lot of quote-unquote good boards left, so we're hoping, I think we picked up about 50, so hopefully that will be enough. Well, we had a minor whoopsie on this one. As we were cutting through one of the last holes for the electric boxes, there was a knot right in the middle of it. And, well, the knot fell out as we were cutting through that.
This is not what you should do. But to solve it, I would glue it. Like it never happened.
Last shiplap board going up right there. Yay! Oh dear. All right, we might be a little delirious.
You get the honors Feel free to put like 20 of them in there, just for fun. Do you have nails?
I was just gonna say that.
Is that moving?
There's nails. No, it's okay.
It could be. It's just that gap.
Yeah.
Shh. Nobody will know. Beauty. I might have been watching you instead of the camera. I'm not sure what I just recorded. Good luck.
Good luck editing. Great.
All right, it's done. Well, Matt has reminded me that it's not completely done, but that wall over there will be for another day and time. So, yeah, this portion, window walls are done and keep spinning around. This big wall back here is all done. So I think we're gonna call it here, call the video here for this one. And you'll have to wait and see what we do on that other wall and wait and see how we finish the shiplap here. So stay tuned for that video.
But we're still working.
Yeah, we're still working, but I'm calling the video
If
done.
they get to quit, why don't I get to quit?
Okay, you wanna quit? You can quit, I'll work.
Great, that goes well.
All right, guys, we're calling it here for this video. I will pick you back up on the next one. Stay tuned for that. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. All that jazz. All right, see you on the next one. Thanks again. Bye for now.